Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? A gracious good morning to you, good people. It's your girl KB. You know what I do, and you know why I do it. It's Monday morning, November 11th, and it is 5:56 in the a.m. I'm speaking in hushed tones because the rest of the household is asleep, enjoying their holiday, and I am trying to record, and I'm not doing it in my normal tone because normally I would be in my office, in my solitude, and I could speak freely. But here I am in hushed tones. I'm reading just for today, and it just resonated with my spirit, and I'm going to share the message with you. You know, I shared that this ministry was born out of pain. I initially started recording during COVID and some personal, I want to say, upheaval. And here I am, 4 years later, on the tail end of all that, you know, and through those 4 years, I realized my part in my madness, you know, what I allowed, how I was misguided, and my understanding of forgiveness, and, you know, my misunderstanding and just accepting, which brings me to, I want to say, the importance of this reading. Again, it's just for today, and the title is From Surrender to Acceptance. That right there, you know. Oftentimes we apologize for things and we forgive things, but we never get to the place where we have the space to talk about that thing. So it tends to haunt us as unfinished business. Amen. In reality, you've heard me say this before, in reality, the thing we call closure is our desire to hang on. Because, you know, in our seeking closure, so to speak, we're never going to like the answer that we get. Amen. Let's kick this real. Closure is a unicorn. It's this magical, mystical beast that we think if we put eyes on, all's going to be right with the world. It may very well be right with the world, but is it right with you? And more often than not, nope. Okay, so from surrender to acceptance, the reading starts off with, we surrender quietly and let the God of our understanding take care of us. And see, I struggle with the phrase, the God of our understanding, because the God of our understanding is very limited, because our understanding is limited. And the reason it's limited is because we're lazy, bottom line. We're lazy. We refuse to read. We go for that 90-minute church service, and, you know, that magically holds us for 7 days to the next 90 minutes. And then, how much of that 90 minutes do we retain? Or we only look for the things that appeal to us, you know, and we hold on to that in order to justify where we are and what we're doing. Again, let's keep this 100. The writer goes on to say, surrender and acceptance are like infatuation and love. Infatuation begins when we encounter someone special. Infatuation requires nothing but acknowledgement of the object of our infatuation. For infatuation to become love, however, requires a great deal of effort. The initial connection must be slowly, patiently nurtured into a lasting, durable bond. And see, the slowly, patiently, and the nurturing piece baffles us because we're in a society that embraces immediate gratification. Oh, it requires work. I didn't know this was going to be a job. I already got a job, and I don't like that. So guess what takes a priority? You and what you want. The writer says, it's the same with surrender and acceptance. We surrender when we acknowledge our powerlessness, and most of us never get there. I got this. I'm self-made. I gotta hustle. I gotta grind. Get the bag. I don't need anybody or anything. It says, slowly, we come to believe that a power greater than ourselves can give us the care we need. Surrender turns into acceptance when we let this power into our lives. We examine ourselves and let our God see us as we are. That right there. I want to go to a song that was popular when I was a kid. I think both Aretha Franklin and Dionne Warwick sang the song. The moment I wake up, before I put on my makeup, I say a little prayer for you. See, the part that gets me is the moment I wake up, I put on my makeup. We don't let people see who we really are. Oh no. If we saw people for who they really are, oh my goodness. Can you imagine the upheaval? That being said, can you imagine the upheaval that you get when you tell people what you see? And for me, I stay in trouble because that's exactly what I do. And then they shoot back at me what they see. Cool. I'm willing to work on mine. But, a lot of people are content and intent with putting on a little makeup. Getting back to the reading, it says, having allowed the God of our understanding access to the depths of ourselves, we accept more of God's care. We ask this power to relieve us of our shortcomings and help us to amend the wrongs that we've done. Is that you? See, my amends birthed the ministry. I know who I am. And I know how messy I can be. You've heard me talk about it. I can get worldly and fleshly. I can get downright grimy at times. But if you recall a conversation that I had with you after my mom's passing, one of the things that I said when I was making amends to my sister is, I want to be right with God. See, my mom's mortality made me look at my mortality. My mom's mortality made me look at how I relate to people in my world, in my space. Amen. Well, I'm going to continue to tell the truth. Why? Because I want my circle to be pure. I want my circle to be encouraging. I want my circle to be nurturing. It says, then when we've embarked on a new way of life, improving our conscious contacting and accepting our higher power, and the higher power's continuing care, guidance, and strength. Surrender, like infatuation, can be the beginning of a lifelong relationship. That tight circle that brings about growth, the tight circle that brings about spiritual development, that tight circle that covers you in love. We need to break free of the things that bind and bring death, or represent and reinforces death, and break free to heal and to live. And see, when I talk about the things that bind, the story of Lazarus came to mind. And when he was called forth from the grave, his friends, his circle, the people who loved him, helped him remove his shroud. Amen. We need to break free, y'all, and recognize what it is that we've accepted, what it is that we've wrapped ourselves up in, what it is that will eventually kill us.